Alright, got kind of a variety of things here. Got a couple of taillight harnesses here. Got some inline fuses that have been used and reused, and I'm going to fix those up today. Got another harness here. Got a brand new OTC test light. So what I figured I'd do is I want to, a couple guys I've seen on the internet putting banana jacks on these. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this off and put a banana jack on it. I've got an assortment of banana jacks here. So we're going to put some banana jacks on a few of these test lights. We're going to put some T-pins or quilter's pins on the other ones. Obviously we're going to cut the plastic knob off. We're going to solder them. We're going to shrink wrap them when we're done. And then I got a label maker. Then I'm going to put how many amps they draw. I've never done this for test lights before. I've seen several guys do it. The ones I've got, I got one that I'm going to try to modify while I'm here as well. They're pretty caveman looking, I guess would be a good way to put it. So what I've decided to do is it's kind of nasty outside today, so I figured it's time to clean up the test light assortment. I'm going to get an assortment, clean them up, and see what we can do with them. So I got one that's kind of short here. Probably going to put banana jacks on this one just because it's short. I don't have to worry about putting leads on it. I like the longer leads on my test light, so I'm going to do them a couple of different ways. So stand by. Here's the homemade test light I made a while ago. Just got a couple of plugs on it. Then I got a super long rat's nest on it, so I'm going to get rid of that today. It does have some banana jacks with some front probes or back probes, I guess. They're not real stiff. They've been overused. They don't work real well. So we're just going to cut those off today and clean this test light up. Probably going to make it about that long. Something like that. So stay tuned. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do these one at a time here. So might do some soldering all at once or some shrink wrapping all at once. But I'm going to take my cutters here and I'm just going to cut these off right here and get rid of this rat's nest. Got these quilter's pens here. I couldn't find the T-pins, so I'm just going to cut the ball off the end. Add that to the trash pile. So because we're going to put these T-pins in here, we don't have to strip it back very far, so right about like that up there. That might even be too far. Now we're just going to take this realize how dark it is in here until you start trying to do something. I can do this without poking myself. Stuck in there just a little bit, so the solder can hold it, shrink wrap can hold it, but it's going to stay nice and stiff here. Alright, get another one in. Gotta cut the ball off the pin first. Doing these one at a time, I'll be really good at them time I'm done, right? Something like that. Got our brand new, just in the mail, never used, battery powered soldering iron. We're going to use that. See how I like it compared to my butane. Got two settings, high and low. So we're going to turn her on high. Get some heat cranking out of this baby. Might turn it down once we get it working a little bit here. Get that nice and hot real fast. Alright, so what you end up with, something looks like that. Got two pins on it, and we got a bulb hooked up to her here. So we'll test it out in a few minutes. I'm going to make a couple more. I'm going to put some BNC or some banana jacks on a couple of these, and we'll test them all at once. The banana jacks I got are just some leads I had laying around. I don't really care for them. They snap into the meter, and then you gotta push the release to get them back out. But I thought for the test lights, I thought they'd be pretty good. So stand by while I get some stuff organized here. Alright, so for this test light, I got the banana jacks cut off it out already here. Just after I cut them off, I thought, you know, I got some of these solder shrink wrap dealies that I haven't really cared for. Biggest thing is I'm a little concerned to how they're sealing up. They seem to take a lot of heat to seal up. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, here's a perfect way I can see how this test light works long term. So I've put one of these soldered shrink wrapper dealers in here. I'm going to heat it up so the solder melts. I'm going to get the rest of her shrunk down. Alright. Looks like the solder melted pretty good for me. I'll let her harden up here and then I'll put it up there so you guys can see it. Somebody had a trick online for doing these. So you had to wait for them to turn really clear. Like I say, I haven't really messed with them too much, but that's kind of what it looks like when it's done. They're pretty pliable. I'm not going to tug on it yet because I'm not convinced that it's dried yet. So the biggest challenge I see with them, just like I'm doing here, I'm using two different sizes. The insulation's two different sizes. The wire is about the same size, but it's two different kinds of wire. So I don't have to twist it together, but I want to get it so they stay together, so I can get the solder kind of in the middle of it. Thinking something like that. Keep this up. I have used a couple of these connectors on vehicles. They've been in dashes and stuff like that, though I'm a little concerned how they're going to hold up out in the weather in Michigan. Probably as good as solder and shrink wrap, honestly, but we got a bunch of these a few years ago and we started getting connection problems from where they're actually breaking. These don't seem to be as stiff once they're dried up, so maybe these are better. That's definitely hooked together. That one's not yet. They do tend to take some time to cool down. I guess it's probably because the solder's inside that shrink wrap. And we'll see how these last long term. Got the banana jacks on them, the stackable banana jacks, so I can do anything I want with it. I brought a battery in out of the garage, and of course it's dead, so I gotta go get another one. So I'm gonna start testing these here in a few minutes. Now that I'm starting to get a couple of them together. Alright, so this is what I ended up with. I got two more banana jacks. Two more red banana jacks. I have 5 test lights. 3 of them are double filament. And 2 of them are single filament. So 3 of them are like 2 test lights in one. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to put the T-pins or the quilt pins on all but one of them, and I'm going to put banana jacks on one of the double filaments. So what I'm going to do here, and also my OTC, brand new OTC test light, I cut the dealio off it came with, and I'm going to use one of the banana jacks for this. And all of the banana jacks, I think I'm going to use these connectors here, these soldered shrink connectors. I kind of like the way they worked on this other one here. I already made this one. So I kind of liked how it worked out on that one. So we're going to use that. And then we're going to get the meter out here in a minute and check the amperage. So just a matter of putting everything together right now. I do have a trusty mouse trap. I'll show you what that's all about here. So what I like to do is hold the wire in place so I can solder it. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect solution, but I've done it quite a few times and it seems to work better up towards the top. But I'm going to put those T-pins in, and what I'm going to do just to keep the pins from, keep the mousetrap from taking any of the heat away, I'm going to put a shrink wrap on the T-pin right there so it won't be setting up against that metal. So let's see how that works out. I'm going to do the test light first. So that one's pretty simple. I'll bring you guys back here and I'll show you one of them in just a couple of minutes. Alright, so what we're going to do is we got these two pieces in the mouse trap here. Get our solder iron warmed up here. Get it tinned. This is a battery powered soldering iron. So far I'm pretty impressed with it. Got 2 level settings. I like it because it don't take butane, obviously. Yeah, this is what we ended up with. We got one double filament bulb, what headlamp bulb, I think it's a 9006. Oh well, I can't read the numbers on it. It's a single filament, another single filament with pins on them. I did go a little different than I expected to on these. They use that heat shrink solder combination stuff on it. Seemed to work pretty good. Ended up with a banana jack on my brand new OTC test light. Another single filament test light with pins. A double filament with banana jacks. See how that works. A double filament with pins. And a single filament with banana jacks. So we're in the testing phase right now. I did put labels on all of them after I tested the amperage that they would draw. The bright side of the filament, by the way, draws about 2.3 amps. The dimmer side of the filament draws about a half an amp. And my OTC 3634 draws a whopping 0.17 amps. So, hope this helps somebody. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more videos like this. Thumbs up, thumbs down, criticisms, suggestions, whatever you got. Keep it clean or I'll delete it. Have a great day.